Adam Caplan's here now to talk about this. This is a big deal. What are the ramifications, first, for Graham and other tight ends with this ruling?
Jay, this is, to me, the biggest surprise of the offseason. You have a situation where, if you talk to executives around the league before this ruling came out by Stephen Burbank, most people thought that Graham would win it because based on the language, which is basically two sentences, it's where the player lined up most last season. Jimmy Graham lined up more as a detached tight end or a slash receiver 67% of the time. So that's why a lot of people thought that he would win. Now that he lost, the Saints save about $5.3 million versus the cap. And now they have leverage because what they can do, if they want, is tag him for 2 straight years. $7 million plus, that's it. There's a difference here. Again, this is a major surprise. This is the biggest one to me of this early offseason.
All right, as we take a look at the numbers, and the numbers again bear out that only Tony Gonzalez lined up more in off the line as a tight end than Jimmy Graham among all tight ends in the league last year. This ruling, though, isn't necessarily final. What could happen from here?
Yeah, so he has now 10 days to appeal to a 3-member arbitration panel. The NFLPA, Jay, just released a statement. They're going to advise him what they'd like him to do, and they're going to discuss this. But remember, the franchise tag deadline is July 15th to sign a new deal. If he doesn't sign a new deal by July 15th, he must play under that 1-year franchise tag.
It's interesting because this has ramifications for other teams in the NFL. As we've seen that tight end position evolve over the last couple of years where the tight ends are far more involved in the offense, what does this mean for NFL teams in terms of cap restrictions and everything else? And
they love this because I was talking to an executive on the way over here to the SportsCenter set, and he said he loves this because he's concerned about his tight end later in his career when his contract's up, having to pay him $12 million a year. Now it's only $7 million. Now, when we get back to the Saints, they don't have a lot of cap space, under $2 million, about $1.7 million. So they, again, have some incentive to get him off that franchise number.
Yeah, this move would definitely help the Saints in the short term. Is this, in your eyes, is this ruling a fair ruling? Do you agree with it?
Boy, I try not to take sides, but I don't agree with it because just based on that language, which we just outlined, it's the position in which he played last season. 67%, you just put the numbers up, we know it. But I'd love to know it's Stephen Burbank, who, by the way, is usually fair. He ruled in favor of Drew Brees the last time. He's ruled 3 times with the Saints. He's gone against them twice. But this time, he went with the club.
How common is this, that it's appealed to the 3-panel arbitrator?
I can't remember this ever happening before. You remember a couple times we avoided this with Terrell Suggs. Both sides met in the middle years ago, and he got his long-term deal. Remember the Terrell Owens situation 10 years ago with the Eagles, Niners, and Ravens? They settled that before it went to him. So the bottom line is this is historic. This is absolutely going to affect this guy right here in tight ends going forward.
What is his future in New Orleans now?
He's going to be the man. They're not going to let him go. He's going nowhere. Now, you can't be happy about this. There's no question about it.
Right.
We may want to change his Twitter bio to a wide receiver / tight end. I'm with him. I got to tell you, I've covered him since the 2010 Senior Bowl, where he was running by people. Guess what? As a detached tight end. But Stephen Burbank didn't agree with him.
Yeah, just on the eye test. Certainly it plays like a wide receiver more than a tight end. Adam Caplan, appropriately with the Saints tie,